Hello everyone. We talked at previous episode about the challenge identification and also the skill in how to sell your idea. Today we'll talk about a very important aspect in innovation journey, which is leadership. Leadership is not only leading people. An innovation journey, if you would like to do an impact to your society, to your college, to your company, to your institution or ministry, you need to lead your team to the success stage. You need also to lead the idea from raw idea, basic idea, just from one statement all the way to an actual product or service or process at your organization. So you need to practice the leadership skills. You need to interact with people positively. You need to understand your team members. As we talked previously, there are people, ideators, there are integrators, there are people who love to develop things, they are developers. There are people who would love to implement your ideas. There are people who love to do strategic thinking. You need to lead all these mindsets to the exact direction toward your journey to overcome the challenge that our society or your company or your ministry is facing. So leadership skills is very important skill at the innovation journey. You need to be equipped with the skills and behavior to interact with your team members, to resolve any challenges among the team members. You need to help them to communicate well to the rest of the stakeholders. You need to help your team members to move from one stage to another stage. You will keep ongoing coaching, mentoring, advising the team members toward implementing the idea or to overcome the challenge that the society is facing. Now, with leadership skills, as long as we have such skill along with a very creative team members with a well understood challenge, you have the whole principle and the whole aspect to move in a very safe direction. You need to focus on supporting your team members. You need to recognize your team members. You need to appreciate your team members. You need to understand the obstacles that your team members are facing to develop their idea further. You need to nurture them. You need to take them from one step to another step further. You need to overcome the challenges. You need to take up the burden on you and to try to lift them up with your skills. Try to read about leadership. Try to see other successful leaders, how they practice leadership along in their campaign, along at their companies, or with their family members. Leadership skills is very important skill, will help everybody to succeed in his mission and his life. So with innovation, you need to have a very good leader. You need to have a very good team members. With this mix of behaviors, you have set your team members up for success. You need to have such leader up to date and engage with his team members. And really, I would love to wish you all the best to continue practicing this in your journey. Thank you very much. We'll see you after the break. Welcome back. We talk about challenge identification, and also how to sell your idea, and the importance of having a very good leadership in your innovation journey. These are skills and skill set and important stages that you need to take care of it while having and practicing creativity and innovation. Having said that, innovation journey is not that simple. Innovation journey is full of obstacles. Innovation journey have so many showstoppers. I have to state this very well and to make everybody ready for it. It's not that easy to implement your idea anywhere. You will have a lot of resistance, people resistance, policies resistance, restriction by work processes, restriction in a law, restriction in your organizational institution policies. So you need, first of all, to understand what are the possibilities that could hinder your implementation. What are the policies that might affect your journey in implementing your idea? There are so many policies around us, but people saying, no, that policy will stop you. This law is not allowed to implement that idea. But really, I advise you to read more and in depth about these policies and procedure that might affect the implementation of your successful, valuable idea. People usually say that it shouldn't allowed to implement such idea, but you need to dig more. You accept this feedback in a very positive way and try to ask that gentleman, would you mind please refer me to that policy or refer me to that law or to that article? Trust me, you will read and you will understand later on that that policy or that article or that policy is not really stopping you in implementing your idea. People sometimes saying something based on a previous feedback or somebody just passed this message to them. The resistance could be from the people themselves. You know, people would love to protect their area or specialties. If you are dealing with a student or dealing with professor or a director or a manager or a department, you know, they are exist to perform a very well identified task. For example, purchasing department, or for example, audit department, or marketing, or accounting. These full group of people, they have tasks to perform. When you have an idea that might affect their department, of course somebody will raise his hand and will say the policy is not allowed. You need to get engaged with these people. You need to understand why that group or that team or that department is against your idea. Try to get along with them. Try to understand from them why they are resisting implementing your idea. Try to pave the road and try to avoid conflict. Try to your best to understand their point of view and give them all the confidence and trust that you will start implementing that idea under their supervision. You will coordinate with them all the time, try to keep them always engaged. So with implementing any idea, people might do resist, people make fun on your implementation. Don't worry about it. You need to be very persistent and try to understand the other parties and do your best to overcome all these feedback, as long as you know that innovation journey is full of obstacles. You will be able to overcome these obstacles as long as you understand these obstacles very well. Thank you very much. We'll see you at next episodes.